Cool. All righty. Well, now we have what we call reflections, Matt. And reflections is basically feedback from the listeners of the podcast. So it's their mirror moments. That make sense?
Yes, it makes sense.
So we have rearview mirror moments for stuff that we've already covered in the past. And then we have reflections, which are the mirror moments for right now, the episodes that we're covering from the listeners. So Rob, a.k.a. Lost Heart to Kate, who is our most faithful reflections contributor out of, I think, all the listeners, who sent in more reflections than anybody. So thank you very much for that, Rob. He has some things that he sent in. So I'm going to go ahead and email them. I'm going to read the email right now from him. Okie dokie?
Okay.
Okay. So he says, this week I have watched the movie Butterfly Effect, which includes many mirror moments. The movie as a whole is like Lost, concerned with the concept of time travel. Kevin Durand, who plays the role of Martin Keamy in Lost, is a character. He's the character Carlos in the movie. Oh, that's cool. I didn't realize that. So Kevin Durand is in the Butterfly Effect movie. Did you know that?
I haven't seen that movie in a long time, so I don't remember. At the time I didn't know who that guy was, so I probably wouldn't have even cared to recognize him. Or he maybe just didn't make an impression on me, I guess. I need to go watch it again.
Yeah.
He's made an impression on me before. I remember when he came on the show, and I remember him from seeing him in Walking Tall with The Rock. And he's so good at just playing that guy you just hate. You just hate him. He's great at those parts.
That's funny.
So, yeah.
Cool.
I like him.
Okay.
I like him a lot.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Rob goes on and he says, there is a scene in the movie involving the main character observing himself in a mirror. And last but not least, the main character spots a scar on his body that he wasn't previously aware of, just like Jack does in The Flash Sideways in season 6 of Lost. Oh, that's cool. Good job, Rob. And then he says, as both a flash sideways and a flash forward to an episode previously covered by the podcast and to an episode that is to be covered in the next edition of the podcast, The Package. Uh-oh. Are you sure you want to give this to me? Michelle might get upset. Michelle's favorite episode is The Package from season 6. And Michelle is Rob's best friend, so they're like best friends. So I guess I'm going to read it. But
I was on with Michelle last time, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Okay. All right. So
she's the Faraday crazy.
Yes, she loves single Faraday. Yes, exactly. Right. Okay. All right. So the package I received this week included the phrase "par avion." So oh, that's funny. That's good. I like it. She said no, she's okay with it. Okay, good. I didn't want her to be upset at me. Okay, cool. All right. Then he says in my mirror moments for the episode covered on the previous edition of the podcast, I made mention of I can't pronounce this word. I'm a really bad reader. Let me see if I can get it to the speech thing to work. Caledonian City? Caledonian City of Glasgow. And this reminded me that there is a producer of Lost named Rodolph Glasgow. Do you know who he's talking about?
No.
Glasgow?
Don't think so.
Okay. Well, that's cool, though. That's a good mirror moment. Okay. Then he says, a large part of my MiMo's on episode 61 of the podcast were jigsaw puzzle related. And so I made a jigsaw puzzle from the Lost Mirror Moments logo. And this is so cool, you guys. I checked this out earlier, and I love it. It's so much fun. It's this thing online. If you go to it, I just put it in the chat. Let's see, does it not go? Hold on, I may have to click on it and then go to the chat. Did it go in the chat? I think it just went in the chat. Yeah, there it is. So it's a puzzle. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. And you have to put the pieces together, and it's like timed. So the quicker you do it, the better like score you get or whatever. But it's the Lost MiMo's logo in a jigsaw puzzle. Isn't that so cool?
That's awesome.
Yeah, I love it.
Locke
so
would
cool.
love
that. Locke. Yeah, that's good.
He likes games. He would love that.
He would. He would. Did you hear that, Rob? Locke would love it. That's awesome. And then he says, the latest edition of the podcast was episode 61, and Nellie's name on Twitter includes that same number, Nellie061. And I don't know where Nellie is. Nellie is almost always here. It's strange not to have Nellie here.
Nellie, what's going on?
I know, Nellie. What's up, dude? We're disappointed. And
she's not a candidate anymore.
I guess not. And he used to be really good at sending in reflections, and he'd have some of the funniest stuff, like get me cracking up, like to the Muttley laugh. I would laugh so hard I would squeak. So it would be like the Muttley laugh. So they love to make fun of me about that. But he hasn't done that in a while, and I just checked. He has not been on Twitter for 9 hours, so who knows where he is. But at any rate, that's a good one, Rob, so thank you for that. I can't believe we missed it last week. Okay, now he has for Abaturno. He says, in the episode Sundown, Dogan gives instructions to Saeed on how to kill the Man in Black, and in the episode Abaturno, the Man in Black repeats the same instructions to Richard on how to kill Jacob. Yeah, you had said that one too. Jacob says to Richard, think of this wine as what you keep calling hell, a red wine. After a couple of bottles, it plays hell with my head. Yep, that's a good point. You don't want to overdo it on the red wine because it's not too good for your head.
No.
And he says, Ricardo/Richard asked Jacob, before you brought my ship here, were there others? So he bolded others, which is,
Yeah, the others.
Others. So, and then he says, the scene in which Hurley gives Richard Alana's message reminds me of a tear-jerking Christmas Eve scene in The Constant between Desmond and Penny. Yeah, because they're like soulmates and they're talking to each other and stuff. So.
And they're communicating through time, basically, you know.
Yeah. Hey, it looks like he just called in.
I know. I saw that.
All the way from England. Rob, hi.
Hello. I've just come in to give my other MiMo's you might not have received on the email.
Oh, okay, great. Do you want to? I'm at the part where you say, and speaking of the constant on the magazine file.
If you finish them off, then.
Okay, I'll finish them off. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, so you say, and speaking of the constant, on the magazine-style TV show named This Morning this week, one of the hosts said that Queen Elizabeth II is the British people's constant. That's funny. I like it. And Desmond was in service within one of her military regiments, the Royal Scots. And Michelle would like to be the Queen of Faraday, or Queen Faraday. That's funny. Okay, and then he said he added some others. So he said, I'm drinking a bottle of red wine during the podcast, and this is a MiMo to Jacob's bottle of red wine, Abaturno. And a further couple of MiMos to the wine is that its name is BIN53. Ben 53. Oh, like Ben? Like the character Ben, Rob?
No, bin. B-I-N, bin. As in bin you throw rubbish in.
Oh, why don't I get that? Do you get that, Matt?
No.
It's like a wine bin, isn't it? I think wine is a term in wine bin.
Bin 53. But how is that a mere moment to loss?
I think didn't I explain it after?
Okay, and the uncredited mechanic that was a lot of bottle in what Kate does is born in 53. Okay, I get it. And I know someone that doesn't like the episode of Eterno and would rather throw it in the bin. Okay, I get it now. Sorry, I should have kept reading it. I'm guessing it's Michelle who doesn't like the Eterno.
I don't think you can guess it. I don't really think you can say.
You're not going to say you're taking the fifth. How funny. And then you tweeted one more to me, which was...
Did you get that one?
The miraculous virus warning popped up on your laptop tonight.
Malicious.
And that's malicious. Okay. And at the bottom of the warning it read, go back. That's funny. We have to go back. Cool.
Yeah, I was a bit concerned about that actually. I thought I wouldn't get on tonight. There's always something that messes me up on podcast night.
Yeah.
Seems to be a bit of a mirror moment every episode. I'm always messed up before I get into the chat on the computer. Got to turn off several times.
Oh no, that's not good. Well, we're glad you made it.
Oh, Talk Shoe's temperamental anyway.
Yeah, Talk Shoe is very temperamental. You're correct. It is.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, when I came on the call last time, it really messed my mind up on the last one where on the last call I came on.
Yeah, well, you did.
I think I was off for about an hour on that trying to get back on.
Yeah, you did good. You're like helped start the caller inner club. We need a new caller inner tonight. We have a club now, Matt. We're calling the caller inners. And it's people that have been listening to the podcast for a long time, but that have never called in. And now that we're finishing up the podcast, they're like, oh, I'm going to go ahead and call in now. So we had like 3 new caller inners in a row, and Rob was one of them.
That's awesome.
So we need a new one tonight. So
yeah, the trouble is I can never be on too long because being calling from the UK, it's costing me a fortune. So
yeah. Okay,
I can never be on for too long.
Did you have any more Do you have any more MiMo's?
No, that's it really.
Okay, well, great.
I'll get back to the last of my red wine and get back to the naughty step.
Okay, well, have fun. We'll see you in the chat room.
Okay.
Thanks for calling in.
Don't paint your flat, dude.
Sorry?
Don't paint your flat red while you're drinking. You saw what happened to Desmond.
Yeah. Okay.
Good point. All right, bye, Rob.
Yeah, bye,
man. Take it easy.
That's funny. I like that. Cool. Yay, we had Rob call back in. So now we need, like, Dan to call in. Dan's called in once, but it was a long time ago. So, Dan, if you want to call in, you could be part of the Caller Inners Club. And 803, hello, you've never called in. You can call in, dude. And Chris is part of the Caller Inners Club. He called in first, too. So, anyways, cool. Beans, that was awesome. Good job, Rob. Those are awesome mirror moments, don't you think?
Yes.
Yeah. Cool.